On July 1, 2018, a guy named Gurcharan Singh went looking for Lalit, who did not show up for the morning walk. He also identified that the shop owned by Lalit, which used to be opened by 5 a.m. every day, was closed too. Noticing the open door, Singh entered the Lalit residence and witnessed something that was unholy. The entire family of Lalit, consisting of 11 members, was found dead via hanging, mimicking a banyan tree. This is the case that shook up the entire country of India with its bone-chilling secret. The family used to run a grocery store and a plywood store near their house, and was reported to be doing well financially. The 11-member family included the oldest and matriarch of the family, Narayana Devi, who was 80. Narayana Devi had 2 sons and a daughter. Bhuvnesh, the eldest brother, Lalit, the younger brother, and Pratibha, who was a widow. The family also consisted of both Bhuvnesh and Lalit's wives, Savita and Tina. The daughter, Pratibha, had a daughter named Priyanka, and the elder brother Bhuvnesh had 3 children, a boy named Dhruv, who was 15, and a daughter named Monu, who was 23, and another daughter named Nichu, who was 25. The younger brother Lalit had only one son named Shivam, who was 15. The husband of Narayana Devi, Bhopal Singh, who was the main guy of the house, died in 2007, which laid the foundation for an 11-year-long deadly ritual. When the neighbors suspected something unusual, as the family did not collect the milk from the dairy milk guy and did not even open their store, they entered their home. Immediately after discovering the bodies, they called the police, who arrived and witnessed a kind of gruesome case that had never been dealt with before. All of the family members, excluding the old lady, were found hanging in the courtyard of the home. When searching for the old lady, she was found dead by strangulation with a belt on a bed in a room. All of the victims' eyes were blindfolded, their mouths were taped, their hands were tied to their backs with a cloth, and their ears were clogged with cotton. Something that is a bit saddening is that the teens in the house were hanged by telephone wires, and their feet were tied too. They found 5 stools, which they reportedly used to hang themselves. The only guy who survived the massacre was the dog owned by the family, named Tommy. He was chained on the terrace and was reportedly barking with a fever. During the investigation, the police found out that a ritual was carried out a day before the tragic incident. The police discovered 11 diaries, the first one dating back to 2007, the year when the family's head, Bhopal Singh, died. When Bhopal Singh died, the entire responsibility of the house was on the younger son, Lalit's shoulders. Reportedly, Lalit became extremely introverted after his father's death and was experiencing hallucinations. His undiagnosed delusions caused him to claim that he was possessed by his father's spirit, who was instructing him to lead the family. Since then, Lalit and his family used to write diaries of his dad's guidance. This is the case of shared psychosis, which will be talked about in the latter part of the video. As the family started living, according to the instructions of the deceased father via his younger son Lalit, the family started doing financially well, and this caused the family to delve deeper into their lethal delusions. One of the recent diaries had a ritual that demanded the family members hang like a banyan tree, and that too in dim light. The police investigation found out that the family did not intend to die, but rather thought that by performing the following ritual, their deceased head, Bhopal Singh, would return and save them from hanging. A shocking incident was that just 14 days before the mass suicide, Pratibha's daughter, Priyanka, was engaged to a guy. Reportedly, in this engagement, Lalit was acting a bit unusual. During the investigation, CCTV footage revealed the family members carrying stools and wires, which they later used to hang themselves upstairs. Further investigation revealed that the delusional younger maniac's son, Lalit, and his wife were the two masterminds who executed the killings by tying the victims' hands. It is also revealed that Lalit's problematic past was the main reason for the gruesome act that killed innocent teens. Back in 1998, Lalit met with an accident that caused severe injuries to his brain. Another traumatic incident in March 2000 fueled his psychosis. In 2004, Lalit was attacked by some unknown persons and left in a shop, blazing. After surviving the incident, Lalit reportedly lost his voice as a part of the trauma and regained it after his father's death. It is even stated that, whenever talking about rituals, Lalit used to talk in his father's voice. The case was concluded to be an accident because of shared psychosis, which is a rare disorder where two or more people share the same hallucinations or delusional beliefs. A documentary named House of Secrets on Netflix features the exact documentation of the brutal deaths along with captivating production values. After nearly a year and a half, a pathologist moved into the Burari house, and now a family runs a grocery store on the ground floor. Also, there are tenants on the top floor, but reportedly, the floor where the incident took place still remains isolated.